Hi, how are you? And I want to welcome you to today's lesson. I want to give you a virtual standing ovation to getting to this day in especially our first 30 days of intensity, to getting to this place in the Everyday Hero Manifesto method. I think you are awesome. I want to celebrate you for your commitment. You are clearly the kind of person who wants to do amazing things in the world, who wants to be an everyday hero, who wants to radiate positivity in a world of too much toxicity. You're the kind of person who honors your commitments. You're the kind of person who doesn't start something and then give up after a few days. That's rare. To have the results very few have, you've got to be willing to do the things very few people are willing to do. I'll repeat that brain tattoo again because it's fundamentally important. To do the things that to have the things that very few people have, you've got to be willing to do what very few people are willing to do. And that's what you're doing to be here in this program. Because education is inoculation against disruption. You want to have great rewards. Become the kind of person who can distribute the value and add to the world so that you receive those awards. I think life has a very fair accounting system. The more you give to the world, the more the world sends amazing enrichment and blessings and rewards to you. I believe in karma. If you do good, good things happen to you. Might not be immediately, but it always does work out. In today's lesson, I want to walk you through a very valuable framework that really will escalate your positivity, and it will also make you more powerful, and it will help you build even more intimacy with the everyday hero that's at your core. Remember the fundamental golden Buddha metaphor, all those layers over who you truly are, over your gold, your treasure, your true power, your heroism, your highness. And so let's get right to it. It's called the victim to hero leap. And there are 5 elements of the victim to hero leap. The first element I want to walk you through, the victim. You've seen victims, right? They're always complaining. They say, oh, the economy is being disrupted. I wish people would help me. No, you've got to help yourself. The victim is always saying, oh, that's that big idea you just came up with for a new app or a new place to live or a new business or a new opportunity or running a marathon. That won't work. Here's why it won't work. The victim is always addicted to their phones. The victim is always busy being busy. The victim is always negative. The victim is always giving away their power. The victim is always saying, oh, geniuses and world-class performers, they're not like us. The victim has a mindset of can't. Because, please write this down, your daily behaviors reflect your deepest beliefs. I could watch you in your day and look at your behaviors and see your mindsets and your psychological core philosophies. So the victim has a mindset of can't. It's not true. They are seeing the world through a stained glass window. They're seeing the world through fear goggles. But they don't know it. We don't know what we don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So you can say to them, why are you always so negative? Of course it's possible. And they'll go, no, here's why it's not possible. The hero has a mentality of can. So start looking at where in your life you are always saying can't. Oh, I can't do this. I remember being in a certain country. I had been brought in to do a keynote for major leaders of a very large media company, and there were these 2 young men who were going to drive me from the event, along with the person that I travel with, to the airport. So we started chatting about great food and great music. And then I said, what's your dream, to the driver? And he said, oh, I want to move to Canada, but I know I can't. And this is this in Canada, but I know I can't. And he kept on repeating can't, which I believe is a swear word, all the way to the airport. The world had done a con job on his possibilities. And he literally, of course he could have moved. He could have figured out a way, hired an immigration lawyer, followed the law, got the visa, et cetera, et cetera. And you can see this around the world. You can see it in business. You can see it on the street. People saying, well, we can't do this. We can't. So Think about a mentality of can, because that is a core way of being of everyday heroes. I want to be fitter, I can do it. Even vocabulary, use that vocabulary of can. I can build a business, I can save more money, I can be more loving in my relationship, I can have more fun in life, I can beat stress, I can become more spiritually aware, I can live a soaring life, and I will. And then obviously back up the positivity with daily action, because nothing works if you don't do the work. Because ideation without execution amounts to delusion. There are too many people that talk a good talk and they don't do anything. When I mentor the billionaires, when I mentor the A-listers, when I mentor the movement makers, they are masters of execution and getting big things done. They say, I'm going to read the book. Next day it's read. They say, I'm going to do the business plan. A week later, they go, here, Robin, I promised you I'd do it. Here it is. Please review it for me. They say, I'm going to take a year off and live in the south of France, bring my family, great sabbatical. I've wanted to do this for years. 2 weeks later, my personal assistant has booked it. Here's this. Do you think it's a good idea? Because I'm going down to Provence in 2 months. Second element of the victim to hero leap. The victim makes excuses. Your excuses are your lies coming to get you. Excuses are liars, fears are thieves. And beneath every excuse lives a fear. I'm too busy to become a master of my craft by reading for an hour every night and working with a mentor. What are you scared of? Are you scared of looking different from the crowd because you're a superstar? I'm scared. I'm not the kind of person who could get fit like a professional athlete. Are you scared that you might lose friends because you're so fit and they just want to be couch potatoes? Is that your fear? Or maybe you have a latent fear of undeservability of peak health. Or you make an excuse, I can't save money, while you're spending money all over the place in ways you're not even thinking about. What's your fear? Did your mother or father or early caregiver say to you, rich people are liars? Or start to get to know yourself even more. Every excuse you make, pay attention to it, because with better awareness, you'll make better choices, you'll see better results. Start to pay attention so you witness, powerful, you witness your fears. You are not your excuses or your fears. Witness them, study them, watch them. Then they'll lose power, because you are the witness or the watcher or the being of the excuse or the fear. That's how you start the process of disengaging and disentangling from your fears. So the victim makes excuses. You just see it all over. Even you go into coffee shops or into a restaurant or a hotel or on an airplane. It's like, could you do this? No, we can't because of this. Excuses. No, we can't. But there's always one person on every team who goes, yes, it's possible. Of course I'll do this. I'll make it happen. It would be a pleasure. I remember being in a clothing store in Soho, and I bought this raincoat or something, and I said, could it be tailored, made a little, whatever, the adjustment. I have a flight in a few hours. And he said, it would be a pleasure to do that. That is a hero. So the leap, this is a leap. The victim leaps from a mindset of can to the mentality of can. I encourage you to leap from any form of victimhood and making excuses to delivering results. No one cares about what you say you're going to do. No one cares if you say, I'm going to write the screenplay. I think I'll write a book. I think I'll build $1 billion empire. I think I'll change the world. No one really cares. On a team, I've been in business for over a quarter of a century. Doesn't matter what someone says they're going to do. It's what they actually deliver. Show me, remember Jerry Maguire, that old movie? Show me the money, show me the money. To me, I'd suggest to you, show me the results. Become a master of result delivery. That's how you become an A-lister. Third leap, the victim lives in the past. It's always about, I won a trophy back in 1944. Here's what I did when I was 15. Here's the way things used to be in the economy. Here's the way my market used to be. Oh, I used to be really fit back then. Oh, I had a great love life 20 years ago. The victim lives in the past. The victim gets stuck on their past tragedies. The victim wishes things were the way they used to be. Even I spend so much of my life working with entrepreneurial heavyweights and titans of industry. And some of them fall into the trap. I wish our marketplace and industry was the way it used to be before all these 17-year-olds in their pajamas disrupted everything with an app. But the hero is all about, okay, here's the reality. Here are the current conditions, WTOH. WTOH, I call it the WTOH question in my mentoring work with my one-on-one clients. What's the opportunity here? It's like a default mechanism. What's the opportunity here? How can we use this messy situation with increased complexity and volatility to deliver even more value? What is the marketplace lacking right now? What is keeping our clients up at night right now that no one else is doing? And what products and services could we add value to? Even in your personal life, if you're not in business, if you're a teacher, or no matter what you do, ask yourself, am I living in the past? Am I regretting past relationships and I still haven't healed or forgiven those? The people you haven't forgiven, you're carrying them on your back right now. All those resentments that you are carrying right now against people who wronged you. All those, I want to talk about forgiveness for a moment because it's so important. Mark Twain said, forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds for the heel that crushed it. The people you haven't forgiven, you're carrying them on your back. If you're thinking about revenge, please think about what Confucius said. He said, before you go off to seek revenge, it's best to dig 2 graves. Forgiveness comes by not accepting the behavior or condoning it. Forgiveness comes by saying that person did the best they could do based on the level of maturity, health, and consciousness they were at. Maya Angelou said it well, if they knew better, they would have done better. If they knew better, they would have done better. They didn't know how to do any better. And people who have been hurt people. Wounded people hurt people. That's why you want to do the inner work required even to heal your emotional wounds, so you don't bleed on people who didn't cut you. And this is not the lesson for me to get deep into it, but if it's hysterical, it's historical. If your response to someone or someone's response to you was hysterical, like they just attacked you, it probably has nothing to do with you. It has something to do with their childhood. So forgive them. They are victims of victims, of victims of victims. Someone hurt them, and now they took it out on you. Forgive them. Bring compassion to them. They were your spiritual teachers. They have come to teach you forgiveness. So really what I'm saying is the victim lives in the past. You want to heal your past and realize your past was perfect training for you to get to where you now are. I believe destiny is very wise. Everyone who came into your life, they were perfect teachers to teach you the lessons you needed to know to get you to where you now are. The hero is all about making their future brighter. Every day is better and better, so their future gets brighter and brighter. Make the leap number 4. Leap number 4. The victim is always busy being busy. You want to make the leap from being busy all day, but doing fake work to doing real work. The hero is productive. Key point for you to think about. Please don't confuse movement with productivity. Please don't confuse being busy with getting real work and magic done. And then the final leap for you is the victim takes from the world. The victim is in scarcity. It's always like, how can I give as little to my customers and make as much money? I see it so often. Often in restaurants, they give cheap food, as little as possible, poor service, because they think they're going to increase their margin and make more money. Generosity is how you make more money. When people come into your restaurant, for example, give them fresh food, give them beautiful food. If you sell boots, give the most beautiful boots the world has ever seen. That's what Steve Jobs did really, really well at Apple. He pushed magic into the world. He said when he was working on the iPhone, he said this to his team, I want the icons on the iPhone to be so beautiful, I want the users to lick the screen. He was an artist more than an entrepreneur. He wanted to push beautiful things into the world. What's the result? Apple is one of the most valuable companies on the planet. If you're focused on money, your focus is off doing the magic and the amazing work that will make you the money. So the victim takes from the world. It's always giving as little as possible and hoping to receive a bounty of amazingness. The hero, and this is so important and a great way to end this lesson, the hero gives to the world. The hero says, here's a great question, how may I give as much magic to as many people as possible? The hero says, how can I be an instrument of service? The hero says, what things light me up? Because those are the things I should be doing. And if I do them, I'll bring more beauty to a world in great need of more beauty. And if you do that, you're absolutely going to win the game and live a spiritually elevated life and have a wonderful impact, which is my great wish for you.